The hospital never truly slept, even after midnight, when the halls grew quiet and the lights dimmed to a sickly yellow glow. Machines hummed softly, monitors beeped in distant rooms, and the smell of antiseptic mixed with something older, something burned into the walls. Dr. Elias Ward worked the night shift because it was quieter, easier to think. But lately, the silence felt heavy, as if the building itself was listening. It started with the call bells. At exactly 2:46 a.m., one rang from the old surgical wing, a section sealed off after a fire decades earlier. No patients were assigned there. Elias assumed it was a wiring fault until the bell rang again the next night and the next, always at the same time. When he checked the panel, no room number appeared. One night, he decided to follow the sound. The doors to the old wing were unlocked, though they were supposed to be sealed. Inside, the air was colder, thick with the smell of smoke and rusted metal. As Elias walked, his footsteps echoed too loudly, as if the hall were longer than it should be. Halfway down, he noticed wet footprints on the floor ahead of him, forming slowly, one by one, as if someone invisible were walking away from him. At the end of the corridor, an operating room light flickered on. Inside stood a gurney, its sheets stained dark. Elias felt his chest tighten as he approached. The call bell rang again, right beside him now. From inside the walls came whispering voices. Overlapping, the whispers grew louder, filling his head with images he didn't remember. Patients screaming, surgeons trapped behind locked doors, flames crawling across the ceiling. Elias realized with horror that these were not memories of the hospital, but memories of him. He saw himself running, abandoning patients to save his own life during the fire years ago. He had survived, they had not. The gurney moved on its own, rolling toward him. The sheet slid back. Lying there was Elias himself, skin burned black, eyes suddenly snapping open. The figure smiled weakly and whispered, "It's your turn now." Morning came, and the hospital staff arrived as usual. The emergency room clock was still frozen at 2:46 a.m. In the old surgical wing, they found a doctor's ID badge on the floor beside a silent gurney. It read, Dr. Elias Ward. No one remembered hiring a doctor by that name, but every night since, when the call bells ring from empty rooms, some nurses swear they see a burned figure in a lab coat walking the halls, answering calls that never stop, finally doing the job he once ran away from. The hospital basement was never on the maps given to new staff. It existed below the morgue, beneath locked doors and warning signs no one explained. Nadia discovered it by accident during a blackout. When the emergency lights led her down a staircase she was sure hadn't been there before. The air grew colder with every step, heavy with the smell of iron and old medication. At the bottom, rows of empty hospital beds lined the hallway, each one neatly made, as if waiting. Monitors beside them flickered to life as Nadia passed, displaying heartbeats with no patients attached. She tried to turn back, but the staircase behind her had vanished, replaced by a smooth concrete wall. A child's cough echoed through the corridor. Then another. Curtains rustled as invisible hands pulled them aside. Nadia heard soft crying, mixed with whispered prayers in voices too weak to be alive. One bed began to shake violently, its monitor screaming a flatline. From the darkness, a figure emerged, a nurse in an old uniform, face burned and eyes hollow. She smiled gently and asked Nadia to help her finish her shift. As the ghost spoke, Nadia understood the truth. This was the forgotten ward, where patients were hidden during an outbreak decades ago, locked away to die quietly so the hospital's reputation could survive. The beds began filling, bodies forming from shadows, mouths opening in silent screams. Nadia felt hands gripping her ankles, pulling her toward an empty bed labeled with her name.
The park was abandoned long before the city admitted it. Rusted benches sat beneath dying trees, and the lake reflected nothing but darkness after sunset. Adam came there every evening to run, following the cracked path that circled the water. He liked how empty it felt, how the world seemed to forget him there. One night, he noticed a boy standing near the lake, staring into the water. The child looked soaked, clothes clinging to his thin body, hair dripping as if he had just climbed out of the lake. Adam slowed, about to ask if he was okay, but the boy vanished when the streetlight flickered. The next evening, the boy returned. This time, he stood closer, water pooling at his feet. Adam felt the temperature drop sharply. When he asked where the boy's parents were, the child tilted his head and whispered, "They went home." His voice sounded like it came from underwater. Curious and uneasy, Adam searched online and found an old article. Years ago, a child had drowned in the park lake while his parents argued nearby. The body was never recovered. The park was quietly closed after several unexplained deaths followed. That night, Adam returned, heart racing. The boy stood at the lake's edge again, eyes empty and dark. "Do you want to see where I sleep?" the child asked. The water behind him rippled, though there was no wind. Adam stepped back, shaking his head. The boy's expression twisted into something angry, desperate. Wet footprints formed on the path, moving toward Adam on their own. He ran, never looking back. The next morning, joggers found fresh footprints leading into the lake. No one ever saw Adam again. But at night, two figures now stand by the water, one tall, one small, waiting quietly for someone else to stop and ask questions.